Chunk it. It's a different way to divide. Chunk it out of here. The Chunking Method of Long Division by Sandra Rubeles. So the first thing we're going to do today, up at the top of your note page, I think from my memory that that's the problem written up there. Whatever the problem is on your note page, I want you to take and scrabble that out. Now, close to the dotted line on your paper, I want you to write 5,589 divided by 23. Looks big, it looks scary, but I'm going to show you a very new way. And here's the really fascinating thing. We're going to do this funky little line that goes all the way down. Some teachers leave it here. Some teachers give it a tail. And some teachers give it a stand. The teacher I saw that drew it this way called it the hangman method. So something that's a little creative and different. Alright, so this is going to be a very different way of doing your division. Traditionally, as teachers, we tell you to look at this number and check the first one. This number, check those two. This number, check the answer. This number, check the answer. So we always did it in little bitty segments. Not this way. This is really different. I'm now looking at huge groups of 23. Think about this. 23 times 10 gives you 230, because all you did was add that 0. 23 times 100 becomes 2300. 2 zeros got added. So we're going to remember this concept, and we're going to take huge chunks out of this question. Let me get all of this erased. Takes a second here. Okay. It's not like the smartboard. I can't clean it off. Okay, there we go. All right, so now then, I'm looking at this huge number. 55,000. That's little 23. So I'm saying, you know what? If I do 100 times 23, see where I wrote that? That would give me that 2,300. Remember, we just have to add 2 zeros? Now, let's subtract. Well, I still have a huge chunk left. I now have 3,200, but 3,200 is still bigger than this 23. So let's take another 100 out of it. So that would be 2,300. Borrow. And I get 989. You'll notice this time that this number would be too small. So I have to go to something that's a smaller increment. I'm going to try 10. And 10 times 23 would be a 23 with a 0 behind it. 9, 5, 7. Now, that's still leaving me with a big chunk. I think I'm going to try something like maybe 20. 20 is twice 10. So 20 times 23 would be double 230. So 0 and 0. 3 and 3 is 6, and 2 and 2 is 4. Do the old subtraction game. And I have 289. Well, out of the 289, I can see I can still take another 10 out. And I'm left with 69. And just thinking here, this is about 20. This is about 60. 20 times 3 would give me 60. So I'm going to try 3 times 23. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 2 is 6. And I end up with a 0 remainder. Now, this is really nice and neat, but I still don't have an answer up here, do I? Well, this is where it comes in really different. I'm going to take all these numbers here that I multiplied on the side, and I'm going to add them. 100 plus 100 is 200. 10 plus 20 plus 10 is 40, and here I had a 3. So my answer is 243. Okay, let's try another one. 1,470 divided by 42. Give him his long tail. Make him a hangman if you want. And again, I'm thinking about this. 42, groups of 42. I'm going to say 100 times 42. So it would be a 4, oops. Four, 2, 0, 0. Way too big. Way too big. Okay, so we know that one won't work. Let's try instead 10 times 42. Well, let's see, that's 42 with 1 0 behind it. 0, 5, 0, 1. Wow, that's still a huge chunk. I'm going to try doubling and do 20. And again, if this is 10, double it and you get 20. So 0 plus 0 is 0. 2 plus 2 is 4, and 4 plus 4 is 8. Going to subtract. Ooh, number looks much better. Something that I might actually do. If 10 times it, okay, is too much, now I may go down and try something like my tens. I could do it by tens, or I can try another number. Let's try 5 times 42. 5 times 2 is 10, carry my 1, and 5 times 4 is 20 plus 1 is 21. And I terminate with a 0. Now, this is where we need to look. These are the numbers that we multiplied. These are the multipliers. So let's add them. 10 plus 20 is 30, plus 5 is 35. Your answer is 35.